Hello friends, in the series on income tax cases, today we will discuss a very important case in which a very pertinent issue was there before Mumbai ITAT SMC bench, and the issue was that if some depreciable asset is being sold by the assessee, whether in that case, even if section 50 says that on the sale of that depreciable asset there will be short-term capital gain, but whether in that case the assessee will be entitled to get the benefit of section 54F, meaning thereby that even if section 50 says that the gain on that sale of depreciable asset is a short-term capital gain, but will, for the purpose of section 54F, that asset will be treated as long-term capital asset. This issue has been taken up by Mumbai ITAT SMC bench in the case of Ms. Sonia Pathak Khanna versus Income Tax Officer, and this case is reported in 136 ITR Tribunal at page number 326. The date of the judgment is 12th July 2024. In the present case, the assessee has sold some depreciable asset, but the assessee forgot to claim section 54F exemption on this sale of depreciable asset. The assessee prepared a computation and presented before the assessing officer that the assessee want to claim section 54F exemption against the sale of that depreciable asset. The assessing officer denied the claim by saying that since the assessee has not claimed section 54F exemption in the return or the revised return, so the assessing officer cannot give this claim. When the matter was before the CIT appeal, the CIT appeal also denied this claim to the assessee on two grounds. First, the assessee has not claimed this amount in the return of income or in the revised return of income, and secondly, according to the learned CIT appeal, the section 50 provides that if any depreciable asset is sold, then it will generate short-term capital gain. So the CIT appeal make a view that section 54F cannot be given for the short-term capital gain. When the matter was before the tribunal said that there is no denying the fact that the assessing officer can give a claim only when it is claimed by the assessee in the return of income, but the appellate authorities can give the claim to the assessee. So in the present case, it was the view of the tribunal that the CIT appeal was entitled to give the assessee a new claim which was not claimed by the assessee in the return of income, which was not given by the CIT appeal. Secondly, as far as the concept of claiming or the question of claiming section 54F exemption against the sale of a depreciable asset was concerned, the tribunal was of the view that even if on the sale of a depreciable asset there arises short-term capital gain, but that does not change the character of that asset from long-term capital asset to short-term capital asset, meaning thereby that the prime condition for claiming section 54F exemption is that the asset should be a long-term capital asset, since in the present case there arises short-term capital gain according to the deeming section of section 50, but that does not change the color of the asset from the long-term capital asset to the short-term capital asset, and since the asset still remains as a long-term capital asset, so the assessee can very well claim the section 54F exemption. Since in the present case the assessing officer has not verified the conditions for claiming section 54F exemptions, so the tribunal remanded this matter back to the learned assessing officer to verify that whether the conditions of section 54F are satisfied or not. Friends, this case is very important. First of all, it gives a clear message that if the assessee has failed or the assessee has not taken any claim in the return of income, but if the assessee is before the appellate authorities, then the assessee do have every right to claim a new claim which has not been claimed in the return of income. And secondly, section 50 only has the deeming fiction for treating the gain as short-term capital gain, but that not restrict the assessee from claiming section 54F exemption because the asset still remains a long-term capital asset. At the end of this video, once again, I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Ms. Sonia Pathak Khanna versus Income Tax Officer, and this case is reported in 135 ITR Tribunal at page number 326, and the date of the judgment is 12th July 2024. Thank you, friends.